it's really about building that loyal customer base, right?
It really is, and we know that the loyal purchase and high earnings potential equal the sky's the limit. And let's just revisit the fact that Avon has a history of firsts. We were the first at mass to stabilize retinol and vitamin C, and the first to bring alpha hydroxy acids, also known as AHAs, to the consumer mass market. So skincare not only helps you look your best, it creates loyalty for increased purchases and has a really high earnings potential.
I know, and I know a lot of our established representatives who were with us back at even, in the 80s with the launch of Nova. I mean, these are big moments in skincare, the skincare industry, and Avon was the first in many of these. And when you see the kind of technology that we're launching now with the newest and new launches, it can be a real moment of pride for you and your business. I definitely think we have some award-winning skincare, and I know you have some peg points here as well to share, Barbie.
Yes, so Avon continues to receive acclaim and beauty awards for our products. We have in Canada, even we have won awards for our clinical Absolute Even Corrector Serum, for Genix, for Pro Line Eraser. The many new innovations that continue to come out of our R&D facility continue to be award-winning, incredible technology.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I think I rarely encourage all representatives when you're opening that magazine, whether it's Canadian Living or Elle, and you see, bloggers and representatives who are, representatives of other skincare industry people who are posting these awards. Make sure you keep them in a binder so you can point it out to your representative, your customer base as well, and if you're a leader, your representatives in your downline.
Okay, so now let's just talk for a moment about your skincare consumers' needs. I always like to remind everybody that there are a few top facial skincare concerns that most women share across the nation, and that includes lines and wrinkles and loss of firmness and discoloration.
Well, I know that in my 40s, I'm definitely suffering from all three, so I'm a great Anew customer.
So now we have some really fun stats that I want to share with everyone on the call tonight, and that's that in 2014, in the year that just passed, the amount of Anew that was sold in Canada was incredible. We sold 4 Anew products every minute. That translates to 252 Anew products every hour, over 6,000 every day, 184,000 Anew products every month, for a total of 2.2 million over the entire year of 2014. So I want to thank everybody on this call who helped us achieve this incredible number last year.
It's amazing, and just imagine what we're going to do at the end of this year when we have a full force of representatives mobilized behind promoting these products. So now I want to talk a little bit about a really fun approach to the 5 steps of increasing your Anew sales. And as you can see the visual on the slide, it's really wonderful to think about it this way. As a representative, you need to feel confident in your approach of using skincare with your customers, how to really determine for them the best product line for them, help them solve their concerns, respond with appropriate products, and then, of course, close the sale as well. So, wow, I can really feel the energy already. I'm watching, as Barbie and I are doing this, we're watching some of the posts through Facebook as well, and it's really all about increasing your Anew sales, and it's a top priority for all of you, I believe, as well. First of all, it's important to build a relationship with your customers to really gain her trust and eventually her loyalty as a skincare customer. The information that you've gained at this, at the end of this seminar will really help you with that. Barbie and I will be taking you through some amazing facts, statistics, and highlights over the next 2 webcasts that will really help you promote the product line with your customers. Approaching your customers or potential customers is the first step in the 5 steps of increasing your Anew sales. As successful sales representatives, you know that there's 5 steps to the selling opportunity. So let's really say them together. Make sure you're jotting these down. It's first about learning your approach, determining the right product, solving their concerns or their corrections, responding with your service, and of course, closing the sale. So we're just going to brief line skin anatomy and physiology. In our upcoming webcast and at the live event later in the 3rd quarter, we'll really dive into the actual anatomy and physiology of the skin. For the purpose of virtual training, we just want to really give you a little bit of a top-line discussion point on the skin. We all know that younger-looking skin really, what it looks like. We remember those days that when we looked in the mirror, we felt like we've had 10 hours of sleep. We all had it at one time. It's very smooth, supple, very even in tone, and it's a great example to think often about a baby's skin, that beautiful, unmarked skin. That's really what people are looking for in youthful skin. We have it for a certain amount of time in life, and it's after that time that we really need to start investing in taking care of our skin. And I'm hoping that you're all aware of the fun fact that's actually on the slide, the fact that the skin is the largest organ in your body and it weighs approximately 8 pounds. So if you're going to carry that around with you all day long, you want to make sure you're taking really good care of it. So let's talk about some fun myths or facts. So this is a fun little game for you. Whether or not this is a myth or fact, I'm going to leave it up to you. Blinking your eyes is the biggest contributor to aging of the eye area. So let's play a little game together. I'm going to ask you to write that down on your notepad at home. So what do you think? Is it a myth or is it a fact? It is a myth. As you can imagine, blinking your eyes is not the biggest contributor to aging in the eye area. It's more things like squinting in the sun, but blinking would not be a contributor to aging in the eye area. So now that you understand your skin's physiology and anatomy at a basic level, let's learn a little bit about skin types and skin concerns that you can easily translate to working with your customers. But first, time for really another myth or a fact. Is there a difference between your skin type and your skin concern? And it's important to know both. It's a fact. This one is definitely a fact. You as a representative need to be conscious of the fact that there is a difference between a person's perceived skin type and the concerns they may actually have that you're going to be determining a product match for. So it's important that we talk a little bit tonight about the actual skin type and the skin concern. So what's the difference between a skin type and a skin concern? It's really very simple. Remember the 2 T's, type and texture, and the 2 C's, concern and correction. The skin type is how your skin naturally acts. So whether you have oily skin or combination skin, that's your skin type, and it really helps you find the best texture for your skin. So the texture you're looking for in your products, your lotions, is you're really looking for a texture that matches your skin type. So for example, many of the different textures of our Anew Skincare line are gel-based, lotion-based, or cream-based. And oftentimes customers really lean towards one formula and they love it the best, and they maybe not even have acknowledged that they've chosen one that is actually the best formula, the best texture for their skin, and that's why they're getting such great results. Skin concerns are those signs of aging or imperfections that we see in the mirror every morning, things that we may have brought on through less than optimal skincare that we can correct or prevent through using the appropriate skincare and other methods. Your skin concerns help you find the best corrective treatment within the Anew treatment line. Like we said earlier, whether we have dry, oily, or combination or normal skin, it's a great indicator of what types of products will go best on our skin. So for dry skin, we really recommend, and you will recognize with dry skin, that your skin will feel tight or uncomfortable, specifically this time of year, and often it can look rough and dull. Dry skin types tend to really respond well to creams because they're richer, they have a more emollient nature, and they will immediately allow the customer with dry skin to feel relief, and it reduces some of that tightness on the skin as well. Oily skin feels oily and shiny. Obviously, that's easy to visually identify. And combination skin is oily in some areas, most often in the nose, chin, and forehead, and dry on the cheeks. Combination skin looks oily in some areas and dry in others, so it's really a clear definition of the word combination. These skin types often like the lighter, fast-absorbing feel of lotions, and very often the gel-based lotions as well. We find, right, Barbie, that people who have oily or combination skin tend to love the gel-based creams. They absorb more quickly and they don't necessarily sit on the skin surface.
That's right, Jennifer.
Normal skin is obviously soft and flexible. It's neither oily nor dry. It's the perfect medium. And for you lucky normal skin types, you can choose whatever you like. Often people with normal skin will use cream-type formulas during the cold winter months, and then they also switch to a lotion formula in the summer months. So it's important to keep that dialogue open with your normal skin customers to know if they would like to switch to a different formula. Now, everyone has a skin type, whether it's dry, normal, oily, or combination. But let's talk a little bit about the skin concern, because the skin type is often, most people can tell you right off the top of the head what their skin type is. The skin concern is a bit different. It's the thing that bothers you the most when you look in the mirror. So if you remember the 2 T's and the 2 C's, The 2 T's are the type and the texture, and the 2 C's really reference to the concern and then the correction that you need to prescribe for the concern. A skin concern that you can often correct with the right combinations of products is the winning formula for you as a representative. For some women and men, skin concern would be fine lines and wrinkles. For others, it would be uneven skin tone, a loss of firmness, or red marks that are left after blemishes, maybe earlier in life. There's really a multitude of skin concerns, and when you open up that dialogue box with the customer, you can really have a much more effective way of determining different Anew treatment products that are going to take them well beyond the benefits of just a moisturizer. So it's really that skin concern that's going to help you choose the actual skincare concern and the corrective treatment product. So now I'm going to turn it over to Barbie, because knowing the 2 T's and the 2 C's is the basic steps 1, 2, 3, but we have some really great tools that are easily accessible for you to help you determine the type and the concern for your customers.
Thanks, Jennifer. Okay, so if we talk about the tools that are available to you to help really determine what is right for your customer in terms of skincare and in terms of Anew. Many of you may already be aware of many of these tools on our avon.ca website. We have on the left, you see our skincare profile, a very helpful questionnaire, as well as the value of a face, which really talks to the importance of using a skincare regimen and the right skincare products for your skincare customer. And next, some very exciting ones, specifically supporting our Anew line, would be our wrinkle diagnostic tool, which we introduced late last summer going into the fall. This is really a great tool to use at home parties when you're really not sure, you know you have a customer who should be using Anew, but which wrinkle fighting formula should she be using. It's a very simple test with a piece of paper and some powder, very easy to use. Our Ever Comprehensive Skincare Guide, which is a wonderful reference book for you when you're trying to determine the right skincare for your customer, and our skincare quiz. This is a visual of our latest. We also call it our Anew Conversation Card. Very helpful. And as well, I do want to mention to you tonight that the 2-step wrinkle test is always available to you at a regular price of only $1.99 for a package of 5, and it is bilingual. Both English and French, and your product ID is 101074-4.
I love this tool, and I know across the Niagara division right now, Barbie, they're doing something called sample stations, which is a new twist on AOLs, where they're really, taking some time to have full-size products. So if you're investing in a home party, an Avon on location, or just having, one-on-one customer consultations on skincare, this is a really great tool. I mean, at 5, for $1.99, you're going to be able to see 5 customers use this wrinkle test tool. It's very innovative, too. It's fun and new, and it really gets them talking about the right products for them.
And finally, just 2 of the tools of the trade that I just mentioned would be our Anew Conversation Cards and our Skincare Guide. So we will have updated Anew Conversation Cards. It's a pad of 25, and you can order it in Campaign 5 out of your Campaign 7 What's New. It's on sale for only 99 cents, and the English product number is 106192-4. Your French is 106192-5. And then, of course, the Skincare Guide, which covers all of our skincare brands, being Anew, Elements, and Clear Skin. The updated one will also be available to you in Campaign 5 at a special price of only 99 cents, both available in English and French. English, your product number is 106031-3, and for those who are interested in French, it's 106031-4.
So let's continue now on determining skin concerns and really how to identify your client's skin types and move on to identifying their skin concerns. So most of us obviously have a skin concern, whether it's wrinkles, sagging, age spots, and for those of you as representatives who don't know your skin concern, I think what's fun to do is for you to spend a little bit of time getting to know yourself in the mirror and really identify when you look at your skin and think about your optimum year in your life where you loved your skin, think about the things that were the most important to you then and help to identify skin concerns you may have now. So what's exciting is there are common skin concerns across the industry and specifically across all customers. Very often we hear that their concern is that they have dull, dry, and uneven skin tone, which can make you look lackluster, obviously. Fine lines and wrinkles, everyone, we love to have those memories on our face of great emotions past, but you certainly want to try to eliminate as many fine lines and wrinkles and stave them off as long as you can in life. Loss of firmness and deep wrinkles, really those are the repetitive muscle movements of smiling and frowning and squinting over the years. So definitely these become etched on our skin. You can have a skincare concern about sensitivity, dehydration, or rough texture and visible pores. So, I would ask yourself, when you speak to your customers, do you recognize any of these concerns? Are they saying that these are the things that are concerning them? If you've never heard this, it probably means you haven't opened up the conversation. So using the tools that Barbie shared, from the skincare quiz to the skincare profile, you can actually put them in your delivery bags as well if you're a bit shy, and get the conversation going with your customers. This will help you determine the right products for them. So here is the great thing about representing a company like Avon. With decades of product development and research and development centers around the world, as a representative, our products can address each of those concerns we just talked about. We can solve almost every concern for your customer. We're actually going to be doing in the next webcast an in-depth review of each concern, but today we're going to top line for them as well. So Barbie, would you like to continue talking about this slide?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so what will this concern look like on your client's skin when you're determining what her skincare concern is? And obviously you want to listen to what your customer will say. So you'll really get some hints as to what her concern is. So which of my customers look like this, and which of my customers say things like this? And of course, we're not going to leave you hanging. After we discuss a few key skincare concerns tonight, we're going to help you discover the perfect products to help correct those concerns. And most of the solutions we'll discuss will include a core product line, something like Reversalist or Ultimate that's paired up with a clinical product. And don't worry, once we talk about the products, we'll discuss exactly how to use them. So let's start with a concern that tends to appear at this time of year, dull and uneven skin tone.
Perfect. Thank you, Barbie. I know certainly over the years, being a very fair person, this is something that I am trying to address right now in my skin. So really the look as a representative, when you're looking head on to the customer's skin, what you would see on their skin could be age spots or freckling, patches of darker skins on their temples or cheekbones, redness or darkness from past blemishes, or just really a lack of radiance. When you listen to them, when you ask them, what are your greatest concerns, what would you most like to fix, they'll say things like, my skin looks uneven, it's darker in some areas, or I have red marks. Now, very often where this really helps you by having this conversation is that we have a wide variety of treatment products, and the customer may have multiple concerns. Maybe she has, patches of darker skin, but she also has some dull and uneven lack of radiance. She may not have the financial investment to buy all the products, right? So you want to ask her, of the concerns that you have, which one is the most prioritized for you and the most important? So you can really get a treatment started for her that's going to address the most prominent concern that she has. And then, of course, you can expand the regimen for different treatments if you like. Why these discolorations are there, it's from years and years of sun exposure, increased pigment production as well, and, of course, slow skin turnover. So one thing that's important to note is that most people have about the same number of pigment-producing cells regardless of their skin type. So dark skin types produce more pigment and lighter skin less as well. Your perfect products for discoloration, dull and uneven skin tone for you to actually be prescribing to your customers are a combination of the Vital product line combined with the correction-seeking clinical absolute even multi-tone corrector. Why would that be? Well, that's because Vital and Clinical Absolute Even products are perfect for her skin. Vital will target and reduce the signs of stress and fatigue to help improve the appearance of the dull, uneven, or sleep-deprived skin. And, of course, it's also going to help with fine lines and leave the customer looking her best. All of the products in Vital help you fight signs of stress and fatigue over your entire complexion and in the eye area as well. So the skin will feel refreshed, dewy, and more youthful. In combination, of course, with Vital, it really helps you have the exact correction that the customer is looking for. On the slide, we talk a little bit about the Vital product line with Vitatone Complex. Anew Vital is the best choice for women in their 30s or really any decade, but it's typically that time when women start to see the early signs of aging. So they're starting to see some fine lines, slightly uneven skin tone. Mostly they have a smooth texture, but with a few rough patches, and tired-looking eyes with some puffiness as well. So, Combining Vital with the power of Clinical Absolute Even Multi-Tone Skin Corrector, and you have a powerful regimen against dull and uneven skin tone. Your customer will get their best possible results in the best time frame, I believe, as well. Absolute Even treats not one, but 2 of the 7 types of discolorations we can find in our skin, including those hard-to-fade red marks that linger after having had a blemish. It also addresses dark spots and uneven skin tone. Women who used Absolute Even saw 38% improvement in clarity in their skin and 25% improvement in the look of dark patches as well. So what a great statistic. 9 out of 10 women saw a dramatic improvement in skin tone by adding Anew Clinical into their product regimen. As well, what you want to do is with Vital and Clinical Absolute Even Skin Tone Corrector, they are the perfect products for you. They really reinvigorate skin after just one use, so you have that pop of a moment with your customers. And Absolute Even dramatically reduces the look of 7 types of discoloration. Remember always that uneven skin tone and a dull complexion are concerns that will be popular among your clients for the next few months, obviously with the dryness of winter as well. So let's talk now about a secondary concern that we hear about a lot, and it's really fine lines and wrinkles. So when you look at a customer's skin, what you will see when this could potentially be their concern is things like visible fine lines, visible wrinkles, often around the mouth, eye, and forehead, because that's where you have the most repeated muscle movement from smiling, frowning, and emotion. Now, what's important in your interaction with customers is that you don't tell them what you see on their face. You ask open-ended questions about what their concern is or what they see when they look in the mirror. And certainly when you listen to what they're saying, you'll hear them mention things like, I'm starting to see crow's feet around my eyes, there's always a crease between my eyebrows, or I have lines from the corners of my nose to the corners of my mouth. And really why that's starting to form is the decreased ability of the dermis to support the epidermis of the skin. So the foundation underneath your top layer of skin is starting to not support the skin as well. Really remember as well that when we talk about collagen being framework for the skin, when collagen breaks down as you age, you lose a certain percentage of collagen every year of your life. This is what you see. You start to see fine lines and wrinkles showing up on the top layer of your skin. Your perfect products for fine line and wrinkles that we recommend, Barbie, is reverseless. And I know you're very passionate about the reverseless line, and I'd like to turn this slide over to you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jennifer. Yes, I am very passionate about the reverseless line. Being in my 40s, lines and wrinkles are always quite the major concern. So what you see here are the reverseless complete renewal and the Pro Line Eraser, which work wonderfully together. Okay, so now if we talk about the Reverseless line and what it does, Reverseless has a new set of 3 R's. Reverseless Complete Renewal features an amazing ingredient called Tri-Elastinex and if you look below the 3 R's, reverse the look of fine lines and wrinkles, renew the look of skin, and restore younger looking skin. Now, Clinical Pro Line Eraser, I have to say, is one of my absolute favorite products. It's the ideal clinical product to pair up with the Reverseless Complete Renewal. When using Pro Line Eraser, 100% of women, it doesn't get better than that, 100% of women showed visible improvement in fine wrinkles in only 2 weeks. That's probably one of the key reasons why it's my favorite product. 100% is incredible, and it gives you the confidence now to recommend this product to your customer. If 100% of women in a study showed improvement, your client will too. So Reverseless and Clinical Pro Line Eraser treatment are the perfect products to repair the look of your fine lines and wrinkles. Remember, Reverseless helps reverse, renew, and restore skin, and 100% of women using Pro Line Eraser saw visible improvement in only 2 weeks. Of course, if you don't want to wait 2 weeks, you can always use one of our newer products, the Reverseless Express Wrinkle Smoother. It instantly reduces the look of any type of wrinkle on your forehead, crow's feet, or eye area, and it's super portable. Can't you see pulling the chic little compact out of your handbag to reduce the look of lines and then reapply your lipstick with a handy mirror? And here's a secret tip. In a pinch, I've used this as a highlighter on my cheekbones and the Cupid's bow on my upper lip. It's actually a multitasking product. I know Jennifer loves it as well, too. Fine lines and wrinkles are an ongoing concern. In fact, it's one of the most popular in Canada. Get to know Reverseless and Pro Line Eraser because you'll almost always have a customer who needs this regimen. Now I want to take a moment to talk to you about our Anew moisturizers. The good news is that our entire Anew line has several options to address dehydration. All of our Anew moisturizers, and as you can see, we have quite a few. All of our Anew moisturizers have been created to help hold water in your skin, and that increases the suppleness of your skin and, of course, improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Dehydration is really a simple concern with a simple solution, so even your most low-maintenance customers will be able to solve their dehydration concern. I don't know about you, but my skin is quite thirsty at this time of year.
I have to say, for me, this is the biggest opportunity for a new customer. When you have a brand new potential customer, automatically dehydration comes to mind, so it's a great starting point as well.
It is. So Anew has several different options for moisturizers, from lightweight lotions that are also refreshing to rich and emollient creams. So let's discuss your skincare concerns, and we'll find one that's perfect for you and your customer. So let's remember, when you're choosing a moisturizer, skin type is always the perfect guide to choosing the best moisturizer. As Jennifer just outlined earlier tonight, dry skin loves a cream, oily and combination skins like lotions, and normal skins can use either.
And so thank you, Barbie. I really love that top line. And as I said, when we get into the next webcast, we're going to really dive into all of the Anew architecture and all of the different products that you can prescribe. So that's just a tease of the kind of way we're going to help you build some corrections and some answers for your customers' concerns. Now I'd really like to talk to you a little bit about the final steps in obviously selling Anew Skincare. By now, you've always done a great job of building trust with your customer by sharing some great insight on Anew from the products that you use, but certainly we know you haven't been able to try every one of them, and you may not have every skincare concern, so why would you have tried every one? But of course, what's going to help you is the time that you're going to use now to respond to your customers, listening to your customers' concerns and really being able to think about how she can invest in her beauty in the right way. For some, once they found the solution they're ready to buy. For others, they may want to demo or sample it as well. So there are different ways that you can respond to the customer once you figure out what their concerns are. And so, of course, we wanted to help you with that. And tonight, as we mentioned in the sell for this webcast, there is an exclusive bundle that Barbie and her team has built that is only for those of you attending tonight's webcast. So this bundle comes from our thought that coming out of tonight's webcast, you're really going to want to start to use those Anew Skincare cards, open up the dialogue with your customers, and look for brand new, first-time skincare customers, as well as introduce your existing customers maybe to additional products in the regimen. So Barbie came up with this wonderful bundle. Within the bundle, you have everything that you need to actually be sampling 4 of the Anew Skincare lines. There are 8 trial size products in this particular bundle. Now, I say trial size, but as someone who travels for a living, I can tell you that each of these, reduced sample sizes are actually at least almost 2 weeks worth of product if you're using the correct amount. It's a really generous sample size. Of course, they are wonderful for a home party, which you're going to hear about later in the webcast. We're actually going to be doing a national Anew Skincare home party training later in the month in February. So this would be the time to really invest now in this particular sample, get customers buying Anew so you have even more people to come to your home party. They're also perfect for customers who go traveling or go to the gym. I always have them in my luggage because they're the perfect size for carry-on. And of course, the total brochure value, if you were to buy all of these sample sizes, all 8 products, would be approximately $82. But for this particular bundle, it's $30 with your discount applied. So if you are a President's Club member, that is 40% discount off the $30. So you can then turn around, use this bundle. You can actually sell the sample sizes to your existing customers who want to keep them in the gym bag or travel. You can use them as trials, obviously, if you want customers to be trying the products, and maybe they're not ready to invest in the full-size jar, but they're more willing to invest in a sample type size from you. You can apply your own cost for them as well. So we're very excited now to launch the actual bundle this evening on the webcast. What I'm going to be doing is putting a poll actually up on the screen for you. And in this particular poll, you are going to have the opportunity to choose how many of these that you would like to order exclusive to this particular webcast. So now if you'll just bear me 1 second, I'm going to actually open up the poll. I'll leave the poll open actually for 60 seconds so that for all representatives who would like to take advantage, you can go ahead and take advantage. And so thank you. I can see that we had a lot of activity, obviously, in this particular bundle. If you've missed a bundle and you would like to take advantage, you can certainly send me an email in the next day or so, and we can look at seeing if there's any additional stock. But with such a high volume of representatives on the webcast, we may or may not have the stock considering it was exclusive to the webcast, but by all means, you can certainly send us a quick email. So now what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about the selling talking points for overcoming objections with your customers. For some of you as representatives, objections are easy. For others, it's more difficult. Really, if you think about who the toughest negotiator is in the room, I really know it's always you. You win every argument, I'm sure, with your husbands and your children, which means you don't have to argue with customers when you feel very confident in actually using the right dialogue with your customers. We're going to really help you overcome a few of the key objections that you may hear in coming days as you approach Anew Skincare customers. Oftentimes you'll recognize the following. An objection is really, it's a sign of interest. It's a request for more information if you look at it the right way. Oftentimes the actual objection itself tells you a lot more about the customer than you think. It actually indicates her concern, her fear, and it really allows you to know how to continue guiding her through the sale process to the natural conclusion. So thinking about top objections that you hear, what happens is she's actually saying, no, I don't want and never will. She's not actually saying, I don't want to use this product, never will you buy Avon from you. What she's really saying is, no, you haven't given me enough information to know why I'd want to order this product from you. So you haven't satisfied all of my concerns and priorities. You have to really think about it in that positive light. A no doesn't mean never. A no truly means you haven't necessarily maybe sold the benefit of hearing more about it just yet in the conversation. In other words, instead of fearing objections, we're going to encourage you to embrace them. Every objection provides you with a new opportunity to share the right information with the customer, and it's all a learning ground for you. It really helps you to move her to the next stage in the Anew sales process. As we started identifying skincare types and concerns, you can really think about some of the objections you've encountered in the past, and you'll see many of them on the slide. You hear things like, I need to think about it, it costs too much, I'll need more information. These are the kind of objections that we often hear. They're definitely not a sign of no meaning never. They're a sign of you needing to ask the right questions to get more information about what she needs to know. So basically, it's an aha situation here. So it's a common concern and the most common objection that you hear, you see it on the slide, it's the price. So very often it's a prevalent objection that all sales professionals hear daily. It doesn't matter if you're selling skincare or if you're selling cars. Everybody wants to talk about the price of something. They want to see the value behind the price. Price objections simply mean that your customer is looking for more information and may have a fear of spending the money. So we have great things at Avon like 100% guarantee, but most importantly, when you put the right skincare product in her hand, she will always value what she spent on the product. First, focus on the unique value of your Anew Avon products. The unique sales include your personalized service that she won't be able to get from any other brand. It's who and what you bring to the sale. That's really a big one, and you can be her personal skincare assistant to help her find the right products. You can help her personally when she doesn't remember all the steps of the skincare regimen, because you'll always be available to her when you see her every campaign for delivery. And with Avon's 100% guarantee, there's also that huge value. What's important to note is that the other reason behind the price objection is that your customer needs to be able to justify that cost. She really needs to know, if I spend this money, am I going to be getting return value? So connect back with her the fact that she needed and shared with you earlier she had a concern that she wanted to address. So always help her connect back the need with the justification to buy a treatment product. I think really connecting back to the need is important when you're trying to get an existing moisturizer user to really take advantage of some of the treatment concerns, because if they understand what that initial investment will do for them, they're really justifying the need to adding a treatment into the regimen. So ask them questions like, how will you feel when you look in the mirror after 2 weeks of usage and you see the dark circles are no longer looking back at you? When is the last time you invested and rewarded in yourself with a little bit of time in your own beauty? Try breaking down the total cost into daily smaller amounts so the customer can see why Avon is a value. If your customer uses her products as directed, she would only need to replenish them 3 to 5 times a year. So again, make sure you point out to her that these products are so scientifically formulated, Barbie. A little goes a long way.
It really does.
Using 4 times an average, investing at about, I think we said it was $169 a regimen here in Canada. When you break it down to a weekly fee or a campaignly fee, that's really a great value. So think about approaching the price objection in a new and exciting way. And of course, other objections we see sometimes are complacency. Our next typical objection could be being already satisfied or having fear of changing from her existing product. So you can hear statements like, I'm okay with the skincare that I use, or I've been using such and such a brand forever. Loyalty is exactly what you are looking for in a new customer. Don't back down. If she's loyal, you need to make her loyal to the right products that you have to offer. Loyalty means repeat business. When you hear that objection, you should really get energized by it, because you can slowly start to introduce her with new samples and new tools that Barbie shared with you to get her interest piqued on transitioning to the Anew Skincare line. This is really where step 2 helps you overcome her need for more information. The Anew customer likes to stay up to date on what is going on in the world of skincare and really wants to be able to try the latest and greatest skincare technologies. So she loves her recommendations and testimonials. So really going back to step 2 in the jar that we shared with you, it's really all about responding to the customer and making sure that you give her the right information to help determine her skincare needs. So very important that you help her by watching out for certain tips. First of all, never use or fear competition. There's no need to badmouth other skincare products out there. Every line has its own value. Focus on the positives of the Avon line when you're selling. Ask why she likes her current brand, and when you respond, try not to use her brand by name. If she uses the word, I love my product, don't mirror her back to it. Always say things like, well, you're using this other product line. Talk to me about what it does for your skin so that I can understand a little bit more what you're looking for. Then use the tools we've shared with you, like the skincare profile and the Anew quiz, to identify which skincare regimen is truly a custom experience for her. So that determine is step 2, and it's really all about helping you. Now, the last one I want to talk about is really making sure that you always ask for the sale every time. Always be closing. Selling opportunity is really about having that closing statement with your representatives. Once you've really responded to her objections, it's time to sell the Anew product line. It's time to service your customer by meeting her need and actually physically taking her order. So, ask yourself after the webcast tonight, do you always ask for the order or are you using a soft sell? It's really important that you are using that closing question to really solidify that she's transitioning to try the product. So some great samples are on the screen. Things like, I can't wait to hear how much you love the Anew brand or the Reverseless brand. Which benefit are you most looking forward to when you actually start using the product? Use your subjective or assumptive statements to really get her thinking about the fact that she is definitely going to be transitioning to come into this journey with you. So this is a fun game that I want you to play actually with yourself going forward, after we leave the webcast, because obviously it's important for you to be thinking now in the terms of matching the regimen to your customer. There is a way for you to grow your skills in between these webcasts, and it's really about becoming more comfortable. So I'm going to ask you to have some fun by trying to use over the next campaign or so, the next couple of weeks, downloading the skincare profile, using it with your customers, and actually downloading a copy for you as well, using the look and listen approach when you're at her door. Look at her skin, take down some mental notes, listen to what she's saying to you when she shares with you your corrections. Go home using the skincare conversation card, do kind of a simulation and see if you can prescribe her skincare needs. And then you can see when she sends back in, you know, hers, if it's a match, and you might be able to really help her if she's made some incorrect assumptions as well.